Ooh, I'm excited today. I'm excited. Link Marines. Thank you. 10 months, dude. I really appreciate that. Seriously, it means a lot to me. Tom, what's good? Good to see you, man. 10 months of subscribing, dude. That is seriously awesome. And hopefully you've either made some money along the way or saved some money along the way or were entertained. I'll take any of three, but hopefully all three. Jacob, good to see you. I'll tell you what, man, it's been an absolute fucking bonanza in alt land. It's been crazy. But this chart is what I want to talk about. So I'm going to leave it up here. People funnel in while I kind of just draw up the basics. Because I am starting to get probably too bullish. Too early. Yeah, last 10 months I've been crazy, dude. Talk about the last 10 months. I mean, think about it. 10 months ago, like, we weren't sure that it was going to zero. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not going to zero. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, it's things were like, hey, slight pullback. And then you start seeing just like the breadth of fraud and all the shit that came since, you know? I mean, let's go back 10 months. Yeah. We were like, maybe we'll come back. We did not come back. But regardless, we will. We'll rise again. So yeah, this chart is really like the main reason why I really wanted to stream. I posted something in the Telegram last night that I thought was pretty impactful. Hopefully, you guys thought so too. It also occurs to me that I need to probably get better at like inviting people into the Telegram, because I kind of stopped doing that, but I think most of y'all are there. Let's talk about, like, I'm going to break this down as simply as possible. Okay. I think simple is good. I try to keep things simple so that we're all on the same page. Right. And if you guys have watched me for a while, you know that generally speaking, when I'm looking at crypto, I will not use wicks. I'll use just the body of the candle. Usually when I trade stocks, it looks like this. Okay. So very, very clear what's going on here. Why do I not have, I use arrows all the time. Why do I not have that on my favorites list? Pretty dumb. Anyway, very clear here what's going on. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, yep. This is just off to a banging start here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right? And you got this fake out. That was on a Fed day in December, and right back up and down, which is fine. Like, that shit happens constantly. So you have like this unbelievable downtrend essentially from 2022. So remember, November is when Powell was like, shit's about to change, and we got one little last fake pump, the exit pump, if you will. And then it's been down since, and price has been capped. So on a simple line like this, you would go, that's not that big of a deal. But like, look at this. Like, it has been the capping of price for a while, which means it's impactful. Okay. If price is respected, at more than really 2 points, but 3, great, 4, wow. And then like, even here, you saw it on the other side. Like, that's a big deal. Okay. So we get our break out of the downtrend. This is the COVID uptrend. The uptrend from the COVID lows are these back here. Okay. I'm going to take this off for the sake of clarity right now. I'll take this off for the sake of clarity right now. I'll take that off for the sake of clarity right now. And so you know that I just said if I'm crypto, one thing. I thought there were two in there. Maybe three. Nope. But you don't really do that in the standard marketplace. So I'm going to change colors on this one because you'll see. Get rid of that. Here. And here. Fake out and crush people. And that's very common, particularly in the S&P 500. Okay. Great. The reason why I'm excited is like, I'm sorry. Eat it. Good Lord. Do shortcut. There we go. So do shortcuts not really work anymore? It's trying to flag on resistance. It's trying to create a bull flag on top of a double top resistance. And that's a huge deal. Okay. Is it going to work? I don't know. But the only evidence that we have so far would be these attempts at a breakdown right here. Okay. Only attempts we've had a breakdown right here. And here. Okay. And both times it was snap, snap. And here we are sitting in the middle. So it's being, whether or not it's real, I mean, we'll find out, but this makes it easier to play. Okay. So resistance, breakthrough, tried to break down again to get back to one of these lines. I mean, I'm pretty close to just deleting this line, but it's just good to know, like maybe I should make it dotted because yes, technically it is not anything that really matters anymore because it's been oscillating on either side of it. But it is the COVID uptrend. Okay. So the dotted line is the COVID uptrend and it's holding it. So a breakout through this flag, on top of a double top resistance is trying to flip to support. Ain't nothing. Okay. I think you will see a pretty violent move. I don't know if it's here or here. It really doesn't matter. Let's see if I can pull up. Yeah, so like 42.20. 42.15, let's call it. And look at where the levels go from there. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of resistance along the way, but they're big levels, okay? And we're not that far off the highs. I think I saw somebody talk about this yesterday. Like, if I'd have told you we'd gone through the carnage that we went through and that we'd only be 14% off the highs of the S&P, you'd be like, no fucking way, man. There's no way that you go through all of that and you're only 14% off the highs. Do you imagine if crypto were only 14% off the highs? I think we'd all be a lot fucking happier than we are right now. And the thing is, too, the only reason crypto's not 14% off the highs is because of scumbags. Do Kwon, 3AC, and Sam. So, yes, in many ways, they built our run, but they are the sole reason why our chart looks like shit. Okay? Remember, off the highs, the S&P is 14% off. You guys ready? Fuck you. Fucking bar. Okay. Here we go. Ready? 65%, guys. We are 65% off the highs of Bitcoin. And for the sake of the conversation, I'll use this one just for shits. And 62% off the highs for Ethereum. Good times, right? Thank you, Sam. Yeah. Kajeka, no way. I even double checked. It's only 13%. It's only 13%. So I want to be clear about something. First off, that's the same level. So if it breaks out, it's a breakout over top of the bull flag. Next level would be like 4,300, 4,320. Really, if you know my methods, it'd be right here. So like 4,280 to 4,330 would be the next area of resistance. And by no way, like, just remember how I typically talk about shit, right? Just very conservative, play the macro structure. I'm not saying the breakout's going to be woo, like it's not. However, this does set up a... Okay? And that's all we want. All we want is a trend higher. Because if the broader market is trending higher, crypto's going to follow along. Right? Crypto's going to follow along. So it becomes very clear of like, all right, you get to this level, then you can see 45's not far off. And then you can see 46 not far off. Then we're at highs. There's going to be some frothy ass people if we get to highs and they're sitting in gold or whatever the fuck it is. And so you'll see some crazy ass moves. Now, is this for sure going to happen? No. Because like the contrarian in me says this is flagging on top of resistance. Theoretically, it could just be one of these. You guys know I like to draw these, just like an aberration. Nope. And then break down and like I'll see you way the hell down. But there's a lot of reasons why I don't think that's going to happen. Might it? Sure. Okay. Like nothing's fucking perfect. But just, sake of the conversation, right? Let's just do it. Okay. Now, some people would say, HJ, whoop, not that. Some people would say, all right, you just kind of confirmed a trend because this is really more an equal high to here, but it's kind of, here's your higher low, here's your higher high. You took out resistance. You have like one piece of a new trend. However... Are you fucking serious, man? Dude, my fucking settings get jacked on here all the time. This is the 50-day moving average. So even if you get a breakdown, I would very much expect to see this little volume profile edge by the 50-day hold. Okay? So that's why, like I said in chat the other day, like 39.50, 39 whatever. Like there's a ton of reasons why, even if we get this breakdown underneath the COVID lows again, the 50-day kind of trending up, acting as support. I don't know why I don't have it in here, and it sucks to produce. I don't know. Let's see if I can try. I don't ever add shit in here. There you go. We'll get back. All your Golden Cross homies are here. Okay. So not that I give a shit. In fact, you guys know, that I mock the shit out of this. Like, I think it's super dumb. I do. But people look at it and people do care. So it's like, you got the 50 cross to the 200 day. When's the last time that happened? Last cross up we got was here. July of 20. July of 20. Cross up, we had cross down, and we have a cross up here. Now, does that usually happen like that, where it's like you cross up and it's fucking let's go to the races? Not always. Happened once here, happened once there, happened there. I mean, those are pretty protracted trends upward. Wouldn't you agree? Here. Okay. So like there's a lot to say that if they sustain this move and they put in this higher high and higher low, Yanni, what's good, brother? I'm talking about the S&P right now because I think the S&P has an unbelievable setup right now. That if comes true, like this bull flag on top of resistance, so this would be the resistance right here. I'll make it a little bit thicker. This red 2 arrow, and then we found a try to break down here a couple days ago. It held, and it's kind of flagging back down to what they're trying to prove as support. Because remember, I guess I should do this just for the sake of so this should be green, right? This red is theoretically green right now. It was resistance, now support. So if you prove that to be support, then the next leg is here. So then you'll see, like, you know, this is really an equal high to back here. I was being a little bit generous by calling it a higher high, but higher low, higher high, and another breakout to where we can come back down and like test this from the top side is what we want, right? The reason why you move sideways, I used the example the other day, like in Canto on Canto, it's a fucking ohm fork, where like somebody bought $200, it went down to 70 and came back. As soon as it got to the top, people that bought, and I literally had their transactions, like, hey, this person bought $200, went down to 70, and when it got back to 200, did they ride it from 200 to 400? Nope. They sold for break even at 200. Okay. And so, you know, those psychological barriers are there. It's what resistance is. It's not somebody saying, I'm going to take a short position. It's usually dumbasses who took bad opening positions, closing those bad opening positions, right? That's pretty much it. So you want this sort of sideways movement to build support and to build that volume profile. So if it breaks out, when it comes down, there are people who are willing to defend this position, right? Think about it psychologically. If there's no one there to defend a position, then it just slices right through it. We talked about it all the fucking time with Bitcoin. I've literally been talking about this for years at this point with you guys, right? I got to put this back on 5,000. Okay. We talked about this for years. When it was here, what did I say? When we were looking at this chart before any of this shit happened, I said, I tell you what, guys, we get a breakdown under this level, we're going a lot fucking lower. And what happened? We went to 15,000. Why? Because there was nobody here, and it takes a while to get back to that truly built up support. And so you need people to step in and fill out that volume profile. It's still not good, but the reason why I said before, if we get a breakout above a certain level, I'll see at 25, is, guys, like, we're not far off the area on Bitcoin where there's no one home. There's no one home ever in the history of traded Bitcoin. In the history of traded Bitcoin, no one is home above this high, above this level here. I'll zoom in a moment. But there's literally no one home. There's a fucking shitload of people home at 28K. There's a shitload of people that bought this dip, or like were buyers here, and you know, this 28,876, which is roughly exact, like that will be resistance. I promise you. Write it down. Here's my promise to you. If we get to the point where this breakout happens, and I believe we will, I'll do one of those things where I give you an exact number where the top is going to tick to, and I guarantee you I hit it within like 0.25%. Because it's very easy to see where this shit's going to stop. Like, you can see all these people. We would love to say that all these people had really firm stops when they bought here. Right? That they were like, all right, if it breaks down below 28, I'm out. But that's not what happened. Okay, they fucking held it down to here. They held it down to 15.5. So there's a lot of people who wake up every day and they check their account and they see they're still under fucking water and they're like, oh God, I'm so close. I'm so close to being back. Please, just back to 28K. So we'll get this breakout and it'll get right back up to their entry and they'll close. But there's no one home, guys. What I can tell you is this. I very rarely give like actionable shit that I'm like, if I were you, I'd play it. But here, let me tell you something I would play. A FOMO breakout here. You get a breakout above 24.5, like above. So you can see it's very clear where there's resistance. We talked about this last time I streamed, where I was like, shit. It literally hit the exact number, and that's when Sunday was like, I need to go close some shit. And that makes total sense, right? I'm going to delete this. It's getting fucking busy. Where's he out here? Oh no, that's my fuck. Gotta put that back. There. Now it's reactivated. So if you get above this 24.5, even like this isn't gonna be resistance anymore. It's gonna be one of those days where you log on to Twitter and everyone's like, oh my god, we're back, fucking Lambos. Like, for real. Because we're gonna go from 24.5 to almost 29 in like a weekend. Yeah, 18%. So, do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. But that's why there's like so many things. Any of these things on their own, whatever. There's just too much good shit going on right now for me to really be like, no, that was the move. Now, I was desperately hoping for a pullback to 20K, like desperately. And it still might happen because we are still working this off. But the other indicator that we're going to get that crazy move is if we can maintain this high level base and work this MACD back to zero without losing the level. That is an incredible show of strength. If we can maintain this level, 22.3, and this, so I mean, think about it. We're probably still 10 days away. And it would probably go before 10 days. But like, if we can hold this for the next week and allow this momentum to be burned off, I'll see you guys. I'll see you. This thing's going to fucking moon. Because that is real strength. And we have not seen real strength in anything crypto related for a fucking hot minute. Okay? For a hot minute. I mean, it looks even better here. Like, look at this. Look at this, guys. How can you be bearish right now? Now, Jared, how are you bullish when we've had this protracted move? That's fair. That's fair. It's 100% fair. However, this is just coiling right now under resistance right here. Just coiling. Ethereum's already worked theirs off. Or almost already worked theirs off. Let's see where ETH BTC is. Yeah. I don't see enough to say that like the power has shifted to Ethereum, but I would say that there's enough of a move here now. Like you could see a move from here to essentially, you could have a 12% run of Ethereum on Bitcoin before you really get into like the do or die moment, like the holy shit moment of that instrument. So there's like a pretty big runway, like a 12% increase over Bitcoin when Bitcoin's mooning. So if Bitcoin gets to, let's see, what's the comparable here? Yeah. So the funny part is this same line on Bitcoin. Remember, the line on Bitcoin's here. It's underneath these lows from the previous summer, right? Here. Okay. So that's where it would go to pretty quickly. Ethereum's already there. Ethereum's sitting there right now. Like they're sitting, these are the same levels right here. So it's sitting there right now, which means that I don't know where that goes. If I had to venture a guess, an ETH BTC makes the move, not the other way around. If I had to guess, I think you're probably looking at 2,500. 2,500 Ethereum, which is not nothing. It's not nothing. So it's a good time to be speculating, to be looking at things, right? Like I see a lot of stuff right now that looks really good in crypto land. And like, quite frankly, I've missed a ton of the moves because I've been busy. I've had some family stuff going on, and I appreciate you guys being understanding of that. I'll add more light on that later. But hold on a second. Did my music just run out? I do not enjoy, folks. Come on. That's what happens when I start down playlists so we get some new music. Just didn't look good. So BTC to 0, that's fine. There's nothing even remotely concerning to me if this prophecy comes true. Okay, what's good, bud? If we can hold this area really high, if we can hold this area, I'm still excited. If we break down, we're all fucked. But this is the most bullish thing we have. We got to the top of the Bollinger Band on the S&P, and usually it rejects super hard, and instead it's just moving sideways, which is exactly what you want to have happen. So I've just named like 19 things as to why it's pretty nice out here right now and why we should be excited. But, you know, could be fool's errand too. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Yeah, so there's the same level here. I'm going to delete this one. So the bodies are the same. I know, like I said, I used the wicks, but they're not far off. It would be somewhere in that area for both. 12.8, whatever. And then you'd see a rip to 13.7, which is huge. I mean, at the minimum, 13.5. So, yeah, you can see some crazy shit. And what is the ES over the NQ? Tech fights back. I don't know, man. I feel like every day I'm reading about a new freaking something. I'm reading about Google laid off whatever. Disney is laying off 7,000 people, cutting their budget by 5.5 billion or something insane. So yeah, I'm excited. Am I wrong? You guys disagree? I don't care. You think I'm wrong? Let's talk about it. Yeah, it should be. Let's check the market. Gold. Mortgage is falling. 6.09. I can't imagine, like, I saw an article the other day that was like, from the highs of the mortgage market, to now, mortgage rates have come down, where on a similar home priced whatever, you'd be saving $300 a month. And I'm like, oh my God, that's $300 a month, dude. Like, I'm locked in here, 2.8. I'm never moving. I mean, I love my house, but like, that's crazy. That is fucking bananas. That is crazy. Like, why is platinum down so much? Gold down. I mean, that's a bear flag, folks. That is a intraday bear flag. You'd have to go like this to really see it. There you go. That is an intraday bear flag on gold. This long-term trend we've been tracking. You know what, guys? I need someone who wants to make edits and fucking clips. I need someone who wants to make edits and clips. Like, I drew this on stream with you guys. Here, okay? And it just did exactly what I said it was going to do. Now, that was speculation on that point. But, like, there's the rip off the bottom. Hopefully it hits that line and rejects. Well, it did. Yeah. All right, so total. I can go to total. I have so many fucking... There we go. I mean, really, like, that total... Yeah, they just look like... They look like Bitcoin's chart. What would have been the sign to buy, though? Look at that, man. Coin Shark, no worries, bro. I don't got a ton of time today anyway. I probably got maybe 15 minutes left. Taylor Lord, what's up? Yeah, look at this. I mean, like you could have just bought the flip retest, couldn't you? Be up a lot. That was the sign. Trend lines from Aug 15. August of 15. Jesus H Christ. All right, I gotta go to log. I see. Yeah. I don't know. I think you're working pretty hard to see that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I really like what I would say, RK, is I have no problem with those lines. Like, you know, it is what it is. Maybe that's good, maybe it's not. But like the more direct issue is here. Yeah, diagonals are always kind of bullshit. But, you know, I just used one for the S&P, so who am I to say? You know, probably slightly better there. But this really, what you're looking at is this. Reject 1, reject 2. We're here again. We're rejecting 3. If we get a move, it moves to there. And really, we're just talking about the Bitcoin. This is the same chart, man. This is the same area. The exact same thing that I drew on the Bitcoin chart is the total chart, right? So if we get the move that we just talked about, it would be Bitcoin's move, which would cover that. So it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing. I think the bigger point is like if you want to use diagonals, like if you use diagonals, do you dismiss this diagonal and say, well, that's bullshit. Like this one's bullshit, but my one from August of 15, fucking ads. Sorry, I'll wait. I didn't know. Let me know when you're back. Please. Can you still hear me when you're on an ad break or not? I always wonder that. Because then I say, like, let me know when you're back. But if you're listening to an ad, you can't hear me anyway. So, you know. You cannot hear me. All right, well, good to know. Again, if there's a way to disable those, let me know. I'll do it. You hear the ads. Yeah, fucking scumbags. So, like, if you're going to cherry pick diagonals, then, like, what? Do you just offset this one? Like, this was diagonal from November of 21 when Jerry P fucking called the game out. When Jerry P said, we think it'd be appropriate to continue raising the federal funds rate to pull inflation in line with our 2% mandate. Right? And there you go. But we broke out of that, and we held the bottom. And really, you know, even if the worst case scenario was we range, Yeah, so I think horizontal support, I've said it 1,000 times, you guys have all heard it. If you give me one thing that I could trade off ever again, that's true. Yanni makes a good point. No ads on YouTube. It would just be horizontal support and resistance. It'd be fucking easiest thing in the world, man. Really, Darvis boxes. If you have not read Charles Darvis? Oh, Christ, I don't want to get that wrong. Hold on. Darvis box. Fuck you. Nicholas. Yeah, see, there you go. I don't know. Charles Darwin? Yeah, so Nicholas Darvis box. I have the book over here. I just haven't read it in a while. The dude literally was like, you know, not a trader. And all he did was draw boxes around like support and resistance. And he was like, if it moves out of one box, then I buy. If it fails, I sell. You know, and like that's all he did was he just drew boxes around price and he just traded box to box. And that's called Darvis box trading. That's all you got to do. You win. You will win. The problem is what he did that other people can't is this would break out. All right, so now we're in a new box. So he would buy. And then when it goes back down, he would sell. But people don't do that. They just hold this fucker down to the bottom. So. Yeah, that's what he was. He was a pro dancer. He was a pro dancer that outperformed like 99% of people in his day and made a couple $1 million when like that was like $100 million now. Like very impressive shit from a dancer. But you know what? You know what's funny about that, Tom? Like the commentary on why that is, and like if you were to say anything about that, would be, look, to be a professional dancer, you got to have discipline, right? You don't just accidentally become a professional dancer. And he was able to apply his discipline to trading, and most people can't apply discipline to shit. So discipline, that's all it is. Pattern recognition and discipline. That's all you got to do. You know, testing the underside of a trend line and staying underneath 50 days is very nice. This is going to be pretty clear. So like another sign, and sometimes they don't move in unison. Sometimes one moves in front of the other. But a pretty easy sign here would be, you know, do we get a break? Because this is kind of flagging right now. Why does it curve my lines? How do I turn that shit off? Good God. Do I use a highlighter instead? Yeah, that sucks though. Brush. That's all I get. Control. That pulls it off. Hey, how about that? All right, good to know. So it won't anchor if you hold control. So you're getting this flagging here, which is kind of flagging under the trend line and above this support line, which I don't really. What is this? Yeah, fuck, that's a real thing. All right, so that's real support. That is good historical support. If you see a breakout of the flag and a challenge to this line, that might precede Bitcoin dumping. So if you see it, well, then, you know, hope that happens. But if you get the reclaim of here, then we're going to go a lot higher and Bitcoin's going to take a shit. So, you know, a bunch of different clues for how to play this. That said, it feels like we've finally moved on in the crypto community where it's like, people are trying new things, right? People are investing in alts, people are excited, I guess I should say. Investing is not the right word. They're excited enough about market conditions to play alts. You guys have seen every single fucking AI coin known to man. I saw a funny joke yesterday that was like, if dude, the current John, whatever, James Kelly, the dude that's currently heading up FTX, if all he did was like create the FTX AI token that they could be solvent tomorrow, which is 100% true based on like what you've seen out of out of AI tokens recently. So people are excited, which means you gotta have your antenna up. You know, Taxi is excited about Bend. I took a look at Bend. I like Bend. I think Bend's really interesting. I don't know. Yeah, Kajik is right. People are shaking off the PTSD. Abel Tom says he feels burnt out like peak 2021 bull. All right, so Tom's been all in it. Like I really haven't been. I've obviously had a baby. My father's had some health issues, which has pulled me away. So I haven't really been on top of it. I feel behind. And like, I don't think this stops. So the time is now for alts. So if you guys want me to look at stuff, I have Deck Screener up as well. And, you know, some things that we can gladly take a look at. Yeah, so this is Ataxia's Bend. And when you look at Bend, it's like an NFT lending protocol. It's interesting, right? You can deposit your ape, you can take a loan. You know, his comment on the Bend token is like, the yield you get from staking Bend token will pay off your loan. Which is crazy. It's fucking crazy that would happen. How are we feeling about Juno? Let me go back to this then, because I was talking to Dan about this the other day. How I feel about Juno? Nothing's changed for me with Juno. It hasn't. Like, I'm still compounding. Just because price is so low. Why wouldn't you? But this is an unbelievably clear flip down. Like, literally, you could not draw it up any better. Which is not what you want. It's just an unbelievably clear flip down. Here it was, broke down, tried to reclaim it, got smacked, down we go. The good news is, the 50-day, okay? And that happened once before. We flipped the 50-day here, and we got a run from, $3 to $6. I think the same thing could happen on Juno, too. If you get a breakout, I think at minimum you're going to $2, and more likely probably like $3. So, I mean, that's a 300% move if you want to play it. My view on Juno right now is, this bag will either eventually make me absolutely filthy rich, or it'll go to zero. And so you position size accordingly. If it goes to zero, I have an amount of money invested in there that I don't really give a shit. Okay? So, that's how I would look at that. GMX is so fucking good, dude. One of the biggest regrets in my life. Not just absolutely all-inning, like any time that it was down here, just all-inning GMX. Particularly with all the regulation we have, it's only getting better and better. Metis? Yeah, sure. That's probably better in here, isn't it? Is there a Metis ETH pair anywhere? Fuck you. USD. Kind of rejected where it should. If you see it come back into this area, it might be worth a punt. I'll go to Metis itself. That way we can take a look at that. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of there. This isn't a bad support area. It could break down. I don't know. But really, like, anywhere under $30 looks pretty decent. And that could set you up for a pretty high move. A pretty large move. Sunday isn't here because I just went streaming without him, without letting anybody know. Usually he shows up. But, we called... Literally, he called it. I called it. This is pretty good. You guys should play it. It was an 86% move on AVAX. That's fucking bananas. That is crazy. Like an incredible move on AVAX. But I just don't get it, man. Are there not ETH pairs anymore? Like, what the fuck? There. Finance. Excellent. Well, you got to learn to sell, my guy. Yeah, I mean, this is productive, okay? This is productive versus Ethereum, but you can see where it got stopped. It got stopped right here. So, there might be another move coming on Avalanche, but if it clears 0.013, that's when you'll get the move probably to range high here. And that would be, what? A 30% move against Ethereum. That's this is how you compound, guys. You take shit like this that has enough liquidity for you to get big, and you improve against Ethereum. Like, the strategy hasn't changed for me. I want to acquire as much Ethereum as possible, right? Goal of 100,000 Ethereum. Yeah, well, that's about right. I will sell at $55. Well, that is right underneath previous resistance. But this is move. You got a falling wedge, a breakout. You took out the most recent high, so you got a higher high, put in a higher low, take a move to the next level. It probably does hit $40. Could hit 50, depending on how we do it. Matic is an absolute banger. This is all I've been looking at on Matic, and I encourage you to do the same. Okay? This is going to be an absolute banger. You're getting your warning now. Matic USD, you're like, yeah, there's so much ahead, man. Like, look at all this supply, yada, yada. Look where it is versus Ethereum, okay? That is tremendous relative strength. Tremendous relative strength versus Ethereum. So if this breaks out versus Ethereum, that's when you see, like, Matic go from $1 to $3. Okay? Like, look at that shit. Unbelievable strength versus Ethereum. And God bless the people that loaded up at 33 cents because I did not have the balls to do that, but somebody did. Really, really impressive shit. X-Mile looks like it's going to 0. God, remember Badger? Remember when Badger was a thing? Look at that shit, dude. Badger got to $91. Good times, guys. I saw somebody tweet about Link earlier, so I was like, all right, it's that time. If you recall, we last looked at it here, and it was like, if that doesn't break out, it's probably going back down to range low. Here we are. So, you know, the move's here if you want to play it. Maybe 30% versus Ethereum. Pretty good. Pretty good. Fine, all odds, odd logic and reason. Cake is still a thing. I don't get it, but that just talks to how many people are actually on Binance Chain, which is insane, but no less true. Or no less valid because it is insane. Probably could take that out of here since they're no longer a thing. Is that all Wi-Fi is right now? I just cannot believe what an absolute shit show Wi-Fi is. It wicked to almost 100 grand. And it's $7,400 right now. Well, ADA is at support versus Ethereum, so if you're into that, good lord. GRT, I got you. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of a nice move. Yes. Only thing Binance is good for is listing pairs so you don't have to manually create them. Look at this, though. Just down only forever. Down only, down only, down only. And support. Look at this shit. Yeah, did something happen? Like, why is Graph up? Yeah. Because they're going to integrate and use their technology with AI? That makes sense. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing Graph the day it released, dude. Made a ton of money. Yeah, AI. Thank you all. Speaking of AI, I'm on it right now. Fetch. I think this is the highest market cap once. Oh, God. Here's Samurai. Samurai Tom. Okay. Yep. Wow. Were you still holding? Be honest. Nah, good for you. Nah, dude. Look, you got your convictions. I'm sure, look, if you notice, I don't bring up Juno anymore unless I'm asked. Because I get it. I've made my case on Juno very clear. It either will or won't happen, and the cases around it. TRB. Yeah. Put shit in. Why do I know Tomo? Did we talk about that before? I feel like we did. clearly, because I drew on it. Yeah, I mean, this is a void from 65 to $1. So if there's enough to punch it, it'll punch through here. Probably gets rejected. Maybe not. I think if trends continue, 68's pretty easy to see happen. What else do I have in here? I do like Kanto. I'll check it in a second here. This an absolute case study in like how to pump a token. Okay, it's getting a little wild here, but I think Kanto has a move probably to $1 left in it. It's nuts, man. And they just keep on jacking it. And I think it's going to. Like, I forgot who it was, but some market maker bridged over like several $100,000 and bought a shitload of it and then staked it all. So, like, big money is coming in. I don't really understand why, if I'm honest. But I know they have a ton of NFT stuff, but, like, not much beyond that, which is interesting. But I think Kanto will continue running. Was there the one I was going to look at? Oh, yeah, ICP. If you got any more, put them in, because I'm going to leave soon. I got to go do shit. Okay, ICP looking good for up. Wow, why did I ever... Good God. Okay. Switch to the weekly. Make this easier. Maybe. What I would say about this is that if they have something compelling, then this is very cut and dry. Very cut and dry. 9 goes to 15, right? It's an easy 50% move. It kind of looks like it's rejecting here, but maybe not. So like it's right along. Like, is it peaking its head up? Is it not? So like you have this area. So maybe if it reclaims, you got a pretty easy shot to 9. I just don't know if the catalyst is there for anyone to really give a shit. So yeah, OP. All right, OP's last one. He got it in. Yeah, optimism. Yeah. Looks nice. I'd probably play this ratio if you're planning on doing it. You can get it somewhere closer to here. Probably more support because that's like a flip level. Right? So I'm just drawing a vague line, but you can see capped out, popped over, and now we're coming back. So, you know, that would be the way. Alan with an absolute fucking banger of call. Believe it or not, Alan was hard shilling me on Grail, and I'm happy to admit this. Alan was hard shilling me on Grail at $400, and I was like, nah, fuck that. No joke. It was literally this day. You shilled me on this day, and I was like, you're already up like a shitload. Like, no, I don't know what they do, and I got other stuff going on anyway. And it got to like right here, and I was like, I tell you what, if it gets to like 330, I'll buy. Yeah, I didn't need that money anyway, guys. Didn't need the money anyway. I just, I haven't spent a lot of time on Arbitrum. I was like, ugh, fuck. I got to bridge again. Like all these things, and I didn't really look into it. But apparently the Ponzonomics are on point, where like you have to own and stake Grail to get some sort of token vesting. So like, smart. They did well. So, Oh, Sarbach, ICP looking for a good I didn't realize you were a first-time chatter, man. welcome. I hope you stay. We'll be doing this more often. And Ataxi and I are going to start pre-recording episodes and releasing FA videos very, very soon. So I'm going to start doing 2 streams a week. I'm going to do the Monday, Tuesday stream like this, TA stream. And then we'll record, edit, put together cool stuff, release another one later on in the week. Soon. We're actually going to record tomorrow or later today. I don't know. So you're going to see a lot more of me and Ataxia. And essentially, it's going to be the Plus EV podcast presented by the Nerds. Nerd Quarter. So it'll be cool. I'm excited for it. We're kicking around a bunch of ideas right now on what we're going to do, but going to try to up the production value. I'll still play them live on here. It just won't be live. I'll probably just be in there chatting. But yeah, we're excited about it. So it's going to be long past due. Carlos finally has a fucking microphone that doesn't suck. So, you know, that was all we were waiting for. Anyway, I'm going to head out, you guys, unless there's some burning question that you just thought about. This is cool. You know what to look for. You know, even though it's a down day and Bitcoin is down 2%, like this is what you should be watching right now. It's all about macro. It is all about macro. And like this coming down is kind of good. Let me show you why. It's my last thing. Here's my alpha, my last alpha that I'll share with you all. Okay. You can't just run hot at the Bollinger Band and expect to break through. You can't. So we got there and everyone's like, oh shit, I don't know. But like the most productive thing is what's happening. You want to kind of move sideways and let the 20-day catch up with the Bollinger Band. And that's what we're doing. So right now, this area where I have my cursor, this 4056, you know, we come down here and it holds. It's great. It's great. That's enough for the pressure, the momentum to subside, move sideways, and make them run at it again. And that's how this stuff works. Okay. See, this is different than this. We ran the top band here. You move sideways. Look. This is what happened before too. Up, sideways, up, sideways, up, and then you saw the breakdown. So we've seen it a couple times. It's riding this perfectly. So, you know, all will be revealed. All will be revealed. Anyway, guys, this was fun. Thank you for the subs. I saw a couple come through. Sarbak, appreciate you coming in, chatting for the first time. We'll be doing a lot more alt-related TA. So if you have stuff, bring it, dude. Like Deck Screener is amazing. I'm happy to do whatever on Deck Screener because the tools are really good. Yeah, Super Bowl on Sunday. Who do I have? You know. Well, the Chiefs still plus 1.5. I think I bet the Chiefs plus 1.5 because Mahomes is really, really good. And it's going to depend on whether or not Jalen Hurts is that dude because he's going to get pressured. He's in a big spot. And I think it's going to be a really entertaining game, man. Philadelphia's good. So, well, I think we'll see, man. I hope that it's a good game. That's all I really care about, man. Because next year, everybody knows my Lions are going to be there. So we'll win next year, but you know, for this year, I'm just fucking with you guys. You know what, Lake Marines, did they ban them or did everyone just kind of back out? You know, I feel like they were like, yeah, we're just not going to ring this bell again. But here we go. Thank you. Appreciate you coming. Yeah, give me the points on the Chiefs. Mahomes MVP. Oh, and here's a surprising plus EV bet. The kickoff return. Only like 3 times in the past like 20 years has there been a touchback. And you are currently getting plus odds on them to return it. So, you know, I bet that one too. I don't know. Just gives you shit to do. Well, I'm in a state where it's legal. All right, guys. Take care. I will see you later this week.